The truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats.
Timothee Chalamet is definitely picking up that Oscar this year. Hello everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to my channel. Marty Supreme has been out for a little while now. I was finally able to check it out, so here are my thoughts on it. I was really excited to see this movie. I'm a huge fan of Timothee Chalamet. I love sports dramas, and after seeing this movie, I can understand where all the hype is coming from, and I do believe that this is Timothee Chalamet's best performance. Timothee Chalamet plays a character named Marty Mauser, who is basically this young man who wants to be the greatest ping pong player in the world. One of the things that makes Marty such a compelling character in this movie is the fact that he's not necessarily a likable character. He's really not a likable character when you really look at the things that he does, the things that he says, how he treats people. He is about as narcissistic as you can be. He thinks he is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he deserves to achieve his goals more than anybody else in the world. And everything that he does in this movie, the way that he treats everyone around him screams that, and he truly believes that. He doesn't just want to be the best. He walks around already knowing and thinking that he is the best, and he wants to prove that to everyone and prove everyone that never believed in him wrong. His performance kind of reminded me of Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street, in the sense that nothing is ever quite enough for him. He always has to go one step further. He never knows when to stop. And because of that, even when something starts to go a little bit right for him, there's always some consequence. There's always something that happens that comes back to bite him in the ass. Or in the case of this movie, slap him in the ass. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you're going into this movie thinking that it is strictly about ping pong, you are extremely wrong, because this is nothing like the movie that I thought it was going to be. It's really less about the actual sport of ping pong and more about Marty's journey. And so this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. The movie's been out for 2 weeks now, so if you haven't seen it yet, just come back to this video later. But essentially, in the first 30 minutes of this movie, Marty loses a ping pong match to one of the greatest players in the world. So this entire movie is about him trying to get to Tokyo to rematch the player. The player that he lost to is a Japanese player. And so this movie is about Marty, who's broke, trying to get the money to fly to Tokyo to play the player that he lost to in the championship and rematch him, essentially, and beat him in the championship, prove everyone wrong, become the greatest player. So this movie is all about that journey of him going from one thing to the next to try and get that money. And if someone came up to me and told me after the movie was over that they were able to predict anything that happened in this movie, I would have called them a liar. Never once in this movie was I able to predict what exactly would happen next, where these characters would end up. I think that's part of the reason why I loved it. I was always interested to see how Marty is going to get out of his current situation, and always interested to see what he's going to do next and how far he will go. When there is ping pong, it is amazing. It's perfectly shot. It has such a chaotic energy. Really, the entire movie has a really great fast-paced energy to it. And you've probably seen a lot of other people comparing it to another Safdie Brothers movie, Uncut Gems, and I definitely got a lot of those vibes as well. I much prefer this movie to Uncut Gems, actually. I've never been the most massive fan of Uncut Gems, so I preferred this movie, but I definitely got a lot of those same vibes from it. I also really dug the look and feel, the 50s look and feel of this movie, the production design and the music and all of that works really, really well. And I think that was a great choice to make it kind of this period piece. I thought the movie was actually quite hilarious at times as well. Not only does Marty have this natural wit and sense of humor that can be pretty funny at times, but also just the absolute insanity of some of the consequences that happen in this movie, the circumstances that they get into. They're not necessarily funny in a ha-ha way, but funny in a what the just happened way. And there were several moments where my jaw was on the floor because I couldn't believe what the hell had just happened. I don't really have that much negative to say on this movie. I absolutely loved it to death, and it's one of my new favorite A24 movies. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. If I had been able to see this movie before I made my top 10 of the year, it definitely would have been up there. But if you want like a few cons just to balance out this review, I would say Marty's character can test you at times, depending on who you are. You could walk out of this movie disliking the film because of his character. I can definitely see that. It wasn't a problem for me. I was always interested and compelled by him, but he does do a lot of terrible things. He says some really, really awful things. Like I said, he's textbook narcissist, and the other main character, played by Odessa Zion, who really impressed me, by the way, straight up calls him a narcissist at one point. He's a unlikable character in an oddly likable way. So depending on who you are, his character will test you, and I can see you disliking this movie because of that. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Marty Supreme. I absolutely loved this movie. I think it's one of the best movies of 2025. And I think the Golden Globes are tomorrow night. I think Timothee Chalamet has a good chance there, and I think he's going to be the one we see holding up that golden statue in March. So if you've seen this movie, what did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. I have a bunch of other content coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Until my next video, like this one, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching movies.